The problem with Justin Fields is he needs someone who can help him develop. Steelers don't have that. Steelers need proven guys or elite guys out of the draft.
I think Fields was pretty good this year.
I do too.
I think he looked. We did something right with him, but there is another level that needs to be hit. So I think that's a fair question. I mean, my formula or my path to get there is just let Arthur Smith do his thing and hope that the continuity in that relationship can get Fields to where he needs to be.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's all I got to go off of right now. Anyway,
that makes two of us, man. Shoot,
that's
I ain't got
it.
the answers. Heck yeah.
That's it. And I actually could see that working. I could. Would it be better if we had a guy under the Shanahan tree or one of those dudes in here? Maybe, but honestly, making the switch could do more to hurt Fields than help him at this point. That just might. It's a different story if we had that guy in here last year.
He spent all of the year getting.
Yeah, and it's not like Arthur Smith was like that bad. It ended bad, but I actually thought Arthur Smith was doing some good things. I think the transition going from Fields to Russ was a testament to Smith and how he can adapt a little bit.
Because they were stylistically different, and we could feel the difference, even how they called, how Arthur Smith called those calls in those games, man. I
think we just need to unleash Fields. We need to unleash Arthur Smith. We need to get that answer for offense in 2025, one way or another.
If we commit to it, then yes. If we don't, then it's like, all right.
Like, I'm even to the point. Like, I wouldn't even. It's gonna sound crazy. You may not believe me. I'm not even gonna be. I wouldn't even be opposed to having a losing season if we go with that approach. Just we need to figure out this offense, and if it is a step back, that's fine. We need it for our long-term success, though. Yeah. Like if I knew that off the bat, like that this is what Tomlin was gonna do, and like this is his plan for it, then I would even be fine for like, okay, we could give some patience here. We could let this play out over 2-3 years. It's just it just seems like that's like the whole long term vision isn't really that high of a priority.
Yeah. And I can see that. I think I forgot who said it, man. They said it was kind of like trying to fix a plane while it's still up in the air. It's like, we're not trying to completely crash this thing, man. We're trying to, all right, man, we need a new wheel. All right, we need a new plane. We need a new flat. We're trying to do it while in air without crashing. And we got a pilot that is highly skilled in Coach Tomlin. So he's making it work, but we flying by some real life fighter pilots and we're like, hey, bro,
if it crashes, it crashes. Because we're at that point, we're crashing anyway in the playoffs.
Yeah. So with that, man, I agree with you, man. It's like one of the others what we want, mainly because we're tired of the limbo. And I think that is also real, man. The fatigue of limbo, that's legitimate, man. When you feel like, man, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what version shows up. I'm tired of postseason versus regular season Steelers under Coach Tomlin. All of those things are valid. And when we zoom out a little bit, that's the same argument that people are hollering about in Baltimore. Regular season Lamar versus postseason Lamar. How do we get that version? How do we get more consistency? Everybody around the league wants it. But it's like, man, what are the steps that people are taking? We said in Baltimore, they were, switched out coordinators, right? Went from Greg Roman to Todd Monken. Brought in a Derrick Henry, all these different things. We said for them, they needed wide receivers. They went and got a Zay Flowers. They got a Rashad Bateman, right? So we've seen where they've made some of these bigger changes, some of these bigger moves, and it's things that we're trying to do as well that I think will reflect that as well, man. So I just think we got to get better return on our investment so far. When we think of the piece that we brought in, whether it's trade or some of the hires, we just haven't felt like we've gotten the massive return on that investment just yet. Whereas when you look at Baltimore, it's like, oh, okay, offensively, y'all look crazy right now. Lamar, you about to try to get your third MVP. Like, oh, this looks crazy right now. Like Zay Flowers, first Pro Bowler in Ravens history. Like, so we point to that and it's like, yo, that's a tangible increase. That's a tangible thing that we can mark and say, yo, y'all got better here. Whereas for us, it's like, I mean, we did score 30 a couple times. We even got a 40 in there at one. Like, oh, man, we flirted with, we look good for like a span of like 4 or 5 weeks. Like, yeah, this was better, but we don't feel like we got that tangible, we got the quarterback now, or look at this receiver, he's bona fide right now. Look, we got multiple Pro Bowlers on offense right now. We low-key don't have any of that right now. I mean, that's
I feel good about Pickens as a player. Everything else
my man said
got me questioning.
Got to be specific with him. I dig it, bro. I definitely dig it, man.